Manchester may be the focus of the government's grand plans for a Northern Powerhouse, but is it hogging the limelight? At Estates Gazette's Manchester Question Time debate, held at 1 St Peter's Square, the city's role in the region came under close scrutiny. Even the locals believe the Northern Powerhouse is about more than just Manchester.
Now, I'm a great fan of Manchester, but I go back to what Howard Bernstein said at the equivalent event to this last year, which is that the Northern Powerhouse has to be a pan-northern. And I think the phrase has become too synonymous with investing in Manchester. And I think if we're going to keep the idea that was first fermented by the Northern Powerhouse, we need the brand behind that much more quickly than the name.
But there's no doubt the Northern Powerhouse label has been a boon for investment.
When the devolution plans for Manchester were public and were approved, that was seen as a really big thing for our capital, because they like the fact that you have someone there who's in control of direction, who can manage the inevitable complexities and conflicts within your councils and the boroughs around that. That gives perhaps a slightly more holistic approach to development, which is slightly more developer friendly, and that aspects that need to be done at a local level can be controlled at a local level, so decisions actually get made and things will actually happen.
Whatever the debate surrounding the Northern Powerhouse proposition, there was consensus among panellists that there is more than enough to attract companies from the southeast without having to offer financial incentives.
Actually, we want investment that's sustainable into the long term, and the idea of subsidising that kind of change is very limited value. If we're to look at the future of the Greater Manchester economy,
yeah, I think I'd agree with Tony in terms of no, I think I'd like the incentives to come to the northwest, to be the housing that's available for people, the transport, the quality workforce, and the education and healthcare provisions.
Londoners being priced out of the capital are also on the move. They are attracted north by more affordable housing and therefore creating a climate for private rented development.
There's another dimension to this, which is a generational thing. I'm of an age where I've still got a cupboard with some CDs in it, and yet people of Richard's age wouldn't dream of that. You access things in a different way, and you don't necessarily need to own. And I think there's a huge shift before we get onto the design question, which underpins the PRS, that it's no longer a second choice.
One of the reasons that people are being so hit in London is that multi-occupation private rented going into houses in London is squeezing out families, because 3 or 4 young professionals sharing a house can pay far more rent than a couple with kids.
As the debate came to a wrap, it was clear that everyone was singing from the same hymn sheet. The Northern Powerhouse, with Manchester at the forefront, is making investors sit up and take notice.